Hello and welcome. This is my 2021 Schwinn AL Comp. A couple of weeks ago, I replaced the stock Ultra Basic fork with the SR Suntour XCM spring fork that came on my Polygon Siskiu. It comes with a manual lockout and it weighed a couple hundred less grams than the stock fork. Plus, I already owned it, so it cost me nothing. Now, I made this swap using a Risk tapered headset adapter kit, which I got for less than $18. Now, the fork swap went off without a hitch, so I decided that I needed to put the XCM through its paces. But wait, there's more. I had noticed that the race face carbon fiber handlebar, which I bought used, was showing signs of abrasion and the very beginnings of delamination in the clamp area. So put simply, I no longer trusted it. I went out and got an ACE kit, FMF XTR, 720mm wide alloy bar for $24 on Amazon. I chose silver and black to go with the bike's color set. Keep it simple, right? And I kept the Charge lock-on comfort grips, which I got from Dick's Sporting Goods, since they are, in fact, comfortable. Otherwise, the bike is as you see it here. I'm running the Shimano Altus 2x crankset that also came on my Polygon with a 22 and 36 tooth chainring combo, Blackburn nylon pedals, the stock 14 to 28 tooth freewheel, and the vintage Shimano STX derailleur I installed some time ago. Now I'm having trouble keeping the no-name stamped front derailleur in tune, so I'm going to dig around in my parts boxes and see what I can come up with. And of course, there's the fork. The SR Suntour XCM has 120 millimeters of travel compared to 65 millimeters for the stock fork as I measured it. I read once that every 10 millimeters of extra travel equates to 1/2 of 1 degree of increased slack at the head tube. So the AL Comp has 69 degrees stock, I believe. So that would make it 66 degrees now on paper. Okay, while it is a bit more slack, I'm not entirely convinced that it's at 66 degrees. But either way, doesn't matter. So, how does the bike ride now? Only one way to find out. I took it for a ride on some local trails, and I have to say, the fork performed exactly as I expected it would. I mean, I rode my Polygon anywhere that I wanted to on that fork before I upgraded to an air fork. The ride on the AL Comp is now a lot less jarring over roots and rocks and such, and having a lockout made climbing a lot easier as well. And also, I cannot say enough good things about that Risk headset adapter. In particular, I really like how smooth the sealed bearings are. But that's not to say that everything was perfect. The Blackburn pedals are okay for road or light trail use, but they were next to useless on actual off-road conditions. My feet kept losing traction on them, so those have got to go. I mentioned the front derailleur earlier. Well, I could not get the chain up onto the 36-tooth, quote-unquote, large ring, so the entire ride was on the 22-tooth ring. Easier, sure, but lots slower too. And finally, the stock cable-operated disc brakes are good, but I've been spoiled by hydraulic units. I'm presently running Zoom hydraulic brakes on my Mongoose Dolomite ALX fat bike with great success, so I'm going to go that route on the AL Comp. And while it's not critical, I do believe that a Shimano Mega Range 34-tooth low gear freewheel is on the horizon. So at the end of the day, was installing the XCM fork a good idea? I would say unequivocally yes. It totally transformed the feel of the bike, and with the 27.5 wheels and relatively short wheelbase, it turned it into a really snappy little ride. I had fun out there on it, even with the problems I mentioned a moment ago. If you want to know more about this bike, there is a playlist linked lower left. There's also a link to another video I think you will enjoy below right. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. Goodbye and have a great day.